Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be showing you guys an absolutely amazing Void 3.0 Hunter build. With this build you're going to have infinite volatile rounds, unlimited invisibility, as well as great DPS. So let's get right into it. Okay, so starting off with your class ability, you're going to want the Gambler's Dodge. This is going to give your entire melee back whenever you dodge near enemies. Now for our melee, we're going to be using the Snare Bomb. With the Snare Bomb, this is going to not only weaken targets, but also disorient targets that you hit with it. For your grenade, you're going to want the Vortex Grenade. You're primarily going to want this because it lasts so long, as well as it's good for ad clear. Now for your two aspects, the first one you're going to want is Stylus Executioner. This is the big one. Whenever you defeat a weakened, suppressed, or a volatile target, it will grant you invisibility and true sight. And not only that, but whenever you are invisible and you melee an enemy after coming out of invisibility, this will actually weaken that target. For the second aspect, you're going to want Vanishing Step. This is going to make you invis whenever you dodge. Okay, getting into the four fragments here, the first one you're going to want is Echo of Undermining. This will allow your Vortex Grenade to weaken all targets that go within the radius, and this is a 30% debuff, so it is very good. For your second fragment you're going to want is Echo of Obscurity. This will allow your finishers to make you invis. For the third one you're going to want is Echo Starvation. Picking up an orb of power will grant you Devour. This is very strong because Devour is really good. So with Devour, whenever you have Devour active, whenever you get kills, it will automatically heal you back to full health, as well as give you a small chunk of a grenade ability energy on each kill. For the last fragment you're going to want is Echo of Persistence. This will allow all your void buffs, invisibility, overshield, or devour, and will have increased duration. Okay, so now let's get into the weapons. For the first weapon you're going to want is Witherhoard Exotic Grenade Launcher. We're going to be using this for ad clear as well as passive tick damage, paired with the Tapion 4FR. Now with the Tapion 4FR, you're going to want Firing Line, Triple Tap, and Enhanced Battery on yours. Now Enhanced Battery, this is just going to give you an extra shot in the magazine to give you a higher chance of proccing the Vice Stinger perk, which is very strong. If you did not know, Vice Stinger, whenever you get the proc, it will auto refill the magazine of your Tapion, and it is very, very strong for DPS. Now with Firing Line, this is going to give you a 20% damage buff whenever you are near at least 2 allies, and you have to be relatively close to them, so keep that in mind. Now with Triple Tap, this is going to make so that whenever you land 3 crits in rapid succession, it will give you 1 round back. Very, very good. Now the reason why I chose not to go with Retrofit Escapede is because it kind of got nerfed recently, because in the latest hotfix, Volatile Rounds no longer proc on every single shot anymore. So unfortunately, Retrofit Escapede's DPS has tanked and is not great anymore. And you're better off just using Tapion now. Now for your energy weapon, we're going to be using the Veles-X. This is the original weapon for this season. You can acquire from hitting rank 16 with the Drifter, Shax, or Zavala. Now the main reason you're going to want this pulse rifle is because of Repulsor Brace. This is a very, very powerful perk. Now Repulsor Brace, this is going to give you an overshield whenever you kill a void debuff target, whether that be a weakened, suppressed, or a volatile enemy. And with the recent changes to void overshields are much stronger now, so this perk is very good. Now for the second trait here, you're going to be using the Golden Tricorn. This is going to give the Veles-X a damage buff whenever you get a kill with it, or if you get a kill with your grenade or your melee, it will give you Golden Tricorn ×2, which is a 50% damage buff, which is huge. Alright, so getting into the armor now. For your helmet here, the first mod you're going to want is Harmonic Siphon. This is going to allow your Veles-X to create orbs of power. Now this is very important because this is going to allow us to take advantage of Echo of Starvation fragment that I've showed you guys earlier, so that way we can proc Devour. And we're going to be pairing this with linear fusion rifle ammo finder, so that way we can find a lot more ammo for our Tapion. And for your elemental well mod, you're going to want seeking wells to allow all elemental wells to come straight to you. Now for your gauntlets, you're going to want unstoppable grenade launcher. This is going to give your Witherhoard unstoppable rounds, so that way you can do it with unstoppable champions, as well as anti-barrier pulse rifle, so Veles can deal with barrier champions. For the last mod you're going to want is Well of Utility. This is going to give you a small chunk of class ability energy upon picking up a Void Elemental Well. Now if you're just doing casual content, you're not doing anything serious, you can actually swap these two anti-champion mods here. You can actually just go double bolstering detonation to give you class ability energy whenever you deal damage with your vortex grenade. And you can also swap out Well of Utility for elemental ordnance to create wells with your grenade if you're not doing endgame content. Now for your chest piece, you're going to want the exotic chest piece, Gyrfalcon's Hauberk. This is one of the best exotics in the game, and it recently got buffed. It is absolutely amazing now. Now for the perk on it, what it states is your void weapons will gain you volatile rounds after you emerge from being invisible. And whenever you are invisible and defeat a combatant with your finisher, all of your weapons will gain a bonus damage for a few seconds. And you and your nearby allies will also gain a reserve overshield and improve class ability regen. Very strong. So basically, whenever you come out of invis, your void weapons are going to get volatile rounds, and whenever you are already invisible and you finish a target, this is going to give you a damage buff, as well as give you and your nearby allies a reserve overshield. This is a very, very strong exotic. Now for the mods, for your first mod, you're going to want Energy Diffusion Substrate. This is going to give you a small amount of damage resistance to all damage types, and it also stacks. The second mod you're going to want is Linear Fusion Rifle Reserves, so that way we can hold more Tapion ammo. And for the last mod, you're going to want Reaping Wellmaker. This will spawn a Void Elemental Well after killing a target after using your class ability. Now with all the aspects and fragments that I've shown you guys in the subclass, you can get volatile rounds from finishing an enemy, using your dodge, or killing a void debuff target. So you're pretty much going to have volatile rounds all the time. Now what makes Gyrfalcon so strong is that whenever you come out of invisibility, it will grant your Veles-X volatile rounds. And if you kill a target with these volatile rounds, it'll actually make you invisible again, and you can quite literally chain infinite invisibility and you'll always have volatile rounds. It's nuts. Okay, moving on to your boots. The first mod you're going to need is Insulation. This will reduce your class ability cooldown each time that you pick up a Orb of Power. And you're going to want to pair this with Linear Fusion Rifle Scavenger. Linear Fusion Rifle Scavenger will significantly increase the amount of heavy ammo we receive for our Tapion whenever you pick up heavy ammo. For the last mod on your boots, you're going to want Web Tenacity. This will grant you a massive 50% damage reduction whenever you pick up a Void Elemental Well for a short period of time. And for your cloak, the first mod you're going to need is Weaken Clear. This is going to grant your Witherhoard weakening rounds, so that way whenever you hit a champion or a boss, it will weaken them by 15%, as well as auto reload your holstered weapons. Very nice mod. For the second mod, you're going to want the Lord Kelvin's Basilisk. This will allow your vortex grenades to deal with overload champions, and it will also allow you to stun them and lower the damage output from enemies that are affected by your grenade. For the last mod, you're going to want Fauna Might. This is going to give you a 25% damage buff whenever you pick up a Void Elemental Well. Okay, so now get into the armor stats that you're going to want to prioritize. You're going to mainly want to prioritize Mobility, Resilience, and Discipline. Okay, so that's it for the build, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Now, if you like this build and you found it informative, don't forget to help me out by dropping a like on this video, as well as subscribing if you enjoy my content. Now for the rest of this video, it's going to be some Grandmaster Nightfall gameplay to show you guys just how powerful this build is. It's really amazing. But other than that, I'll see you guys later.
Guardian, we've received limited intel regarding a Vex information depot. I want you to get in there and figure out what they know. Guardian, I'm making the elimination of Kargan your priority on this operation.
Captain, but you're gonna need one more.
Guardian down. There's Kargan. add variables into its decryption process. That should slow you down. Location secured, Commander Zavala.
Good work, Guardian. What intel did you discover?
There's only one data artifact here, labeled Oxa, and it's seriously corrupted. Metadata says it was last accessed by